Welcome to Indian Trails and the Lynda.com and Gale Courses program. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to get to Lynda.com. You're first going to want to go to our website, indiantrailslibrary.org. Then you're going to go to resources, and if you choose by category, you're going to find Lynda.com under the classes. If you choose A to Z list, it's going to go in alphabetical order, and you'll find Lynda.com all the way at the bottom. Then it's going to ask you for your library card number and PIN. Your PIN number is usually the last 4 digits of your phone number. Then you go ahead and log in. So now we're looking at the Lynda.com interface. So this is going to be your home page. If you go over to library, you're going to see all of the different tutorials and topics that Lynda offers. And there's no shortage of all the different things that you can learn about from Lynda.com. So Lynda.com is a tutorial-based learning center. And you can learn from things about 3D animation, IT, help. You can do stuff about education, and it just goes on and on. If you're looking for something specific, you can choose the search for the software, and you can search in Excel. You can search in Photoshop, and anything with those topics will come up, and I'll do an example of that later. What you're going to see here is that it's going to show your silhouette, and it's going to be kind of your profile. It's going to show the history of any of the tutorials that you've watched and any certificates that you've earned. Over to your left, if you have started watching anything, you'll see that in the continue watching. If you haven't started watching anything yet, then you're not going to see anything there. There are then popular learning paths. Learning paths have several different courses in them. So become a video editor in 7 courses. So there'll be 7 different tutorials for you to watch that'll help you become a video editor. And so these are some popular learning paths that people have been looking at lately. Below your continue watching is going to be playlists. And so you can create playlists of topics that you're interested in. So, being the technology librarian, I am constantly trying to learn more about Excel because this is where I feel I don't know as much as I could. And I think it's kind of fun. So, I have all of these here saved of different videos that I want to watch in the future. Next, you'll see that there's new, popular, recommended, and popular at your organization tabs. Under new will be all new courses that Lynda.com has offered. Under popular is going to be what other people are watching in Lynda.com. Then there's going to be recommended. So based on what you've previously watched, these are what they're going to recommend to you. Since we've started working from home a bit, I started looking into some tutorials of how to best work from home. Then there's also popular at your organization. So these are going to be the tutorials that are popular who are also Indian Trails cardholders. When you are looking to search for something new, you can go ahead and type in the search bar. So I'll go ahead and choose Excel. So when I typed in Excel 2016, you'll see an array of tutorials that include Excel 2016, and they're going to have a whole bunch of different topics on here. But if you notice towards the left is that you're able to choose learning paths, videos, courses. There's also a skill level, and this is really important to make sure that, if you're a beginner, you choose beginner, or if you feel that you're more advanced and watching a tutorial that is either too easy for you or that's too hard. And then a lot of these tutorials can be super long. So if you see just right over here that macros in depth is 3 hours long. So you can choose a duration less than 10 minutes, less than 30, or less than 1 hour. And then also there are a bunch of subjects that you can choose inside of Excel 2016. So if you know that you want to focus on spreadsheets or you want to focus on data analysis, you'd be able to choose one of these subjects and then it'll zero in on just that subject in Excel 2016. You'd also be able to choose what kind of software you're using, and then authors. So each tutorial is written and taught by different authors. And if you know that you really like Jennifer McBee, you'd be able to just click on her and then you'd be able to see all of her videos that she authors. So if you want some more of that information, what you would do is you would click on the course. And then here you'll be able to get a lot of information. You'll be able to see that this skill level is for beginners, that it is 9 hours long. And then here's an overview on the author. And then there's transcripts. And then there's also exercise files that you can refer to while you are in the tutorial. And what you'll also notice towards the left is that you'll be able to see chapters within the tutorial. So if you know what Excel is used for and you're kind of familiar with it, then you may not want to go over getting started with the Excel or entering data, but maybe you want to learn more about creating formulas and functions. This is a great way for you to be able to jump or skip ahead into the tutorial and be able to watch what you want. And that way you see a lot of these creating a percentage change formula, a lot of these little chapters inside, they're only 8 minutes, which is super doable compared to like a 9 hour class, which sounds really daunting. Next, we're going to be learning about Gale Courses. So how to get to Gale Courses, again, is if you go to resources and if you choose by category, again, it's going to be under classes. If you choose to go to A to Z list, it's going to be in alphabetical order. Then you can click on Gale Courses. So Gale Courses is a little bit different from Lynda.com. So what it is it is a 6-week course that you take with actual homework, an actual teacher, and actual exams. So what you do is you would sign in. And if you have not already created an account, you would need to create an account. And so then once you sign in, it'll bring you straight into your active courses. But just to see what you have offered is you have different topics to choose from. So there's accounting and finances, business, computer applications, and composition, and more. And so based on whatever you're interested in, you can go ahead and choose teaching and education, reading and writing, and then it'll bring you to a bunch of different programs that you'd be able to enroll in. So there are dates here. So one started earlier this month on December 9th. The next one will be on January 13th. If you want to go ahead and enroll, it's going to ask you, when do you want to start? So if you were to choose December 9th, that means that this program has already started and you have less time to complete it. However, if you want the full amount of time to complete, if you want the full 6 weeks to complete it, then you can begin starting January 13th. So you'd still have a few weeks. You'd wait until after all the holidays, and then you'd be able to begin your course. However, you are able to begin right now if you'd like. So I'll say continue enrollment. Your library card number, and then it'll say thank you for your enrollment and it'll give you an email. And so on the bottom, it'll say enter my classroom. And so here are all of my active courses. So it'll say when the start date was and then when the end date is. And then you can enter, there's the orientation and a report. So if you want to enter, it'll go ahead and load your class, and then it'll show you a learning path. So then you can get started. There's a pretest, then there is a lesson that you would go through, and then you wouldn't be able to unlock lesson 3, 4, and so on and so forth until you finish these. And then all the way at the end, there will be a final exam. And then here are some resources. In a lot of these cases with Gale courses, you do get a certificate at the end. I've started writing essentials. So if I go ahead and hit enter, you'll be able to see that I have already completed getting started. So that way you know which ones you have started and which ones you have not.